Here we are with another Friday Night Live Zoom, April 15th, 2022. Let's see if I can get some sound. I think it's okay. Hope everybody's doing freaking amazing. It's been an interesting day, as every day is very interesting. I was doing a little bit of work on my automobile, and it was a beautiful day. And then all of a sudden, some very strong winds came in, and it got very cold. And wasn't so pleasant anymore with some rain starting and everything. I had to kind of rush, and I didn't really finish, but save it for another day. Got some stuff in my eyes from being under the car. It's hard to get it out when it goes right in, but these are the things. I think it's still red, this right eye. Washed it out, but can't get it all out. Have to let the body purge it out. How's everybody doing? I was tied up last Wednesday and couldn't make the call, and we're always going here 24/7. Very little extra time. If anybody's on, just give me a thumbs up. You can hear me. Just want to make sure the sound's okay. I can hear it on this end, but sometimes there's strange things happening. The fasting world, the fasting lifestyle. Interesting. After, we're coming up to 32 years. In June, it'll be 32 years. Wow. Started fasting. And seen a lot of things, experienced a lot of things myself. It's a beautiful place to be when you're ready. Basically, it's a spiritual lifestyle choice. If we're doing it for the mammon, for the physicality, we're not going to see the light of things to the degree that is available in the limitless realms. The limitless realms are available to everyone. That's where we come from. And, some of us want to deny where we come from. That's okay. Some of us may not have confidence in some higher order, some divinity, some creator. But if we pay attention, sit back, especially when you're in nature, and just look around and listen, smell, touch, and your whole world will definitely change, and things will open up to you like never before. We just broke our daily dry, Ramadan dry. I rushed it a little bit too much. Fasting is not a game. We got to be careful. we have to be, we have to make the choice to be fully responsible for all the choices we make. We also have to want to be able to do things that we love to do. We don't have to do anything. We want to love to do what we're doing. That's why we say live it, love it. Live it, love it. You know, we have, don't have all the answers, but we've seen quite a bit in the last 6+ years, last 32 years overall, but in the realm of MFS, we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot, which laid a very solid foundation for what MFS stands for. And all walks of life, all different cultures, all different belief systems, we can all join hands and live it and love it. Because the way things are going on the planet, there's a lot happening. And lots of people are, jumping the fence. Lots more people are getting sick, more than ever before. We have record numbers of everything. And evil has no conscience. Evil has to do what it has to do. You can't blame a snake for being a snake. It is what it is, and it will do what it's designed to do. Anybody out there? Statements, questions, inspirations to help others? Share your experience. This is what spiritual fasting lifestyle is all about. Is number one, to be able to help and serve others. Not everybody's going to allow what I'm saying to sink in because of different field strengths and emotions and so on and so forth, belief systems. But there can be a one word from somebody else that sparks that light and takes action. This is a serious lifestyle. People take things for granted on how serious it is. I remember one person, one entity who did a 40-day fast, and they broke their fast with a steak dinner. And this was somebody who was not in a very good state, very imbalanced state, diagnosed with whatever. And they're no longer in this realm. They jumped the fence, not because of that meal, but just because the lifestyle did not ring a bell. And going back to your old habits, which caused the situation you're in, is not very prudent to go back to that. It's like a junkie who they quit for a while and then they go back and goodbye, Jack, or an alcoholic. Very serious lifestyle that we've been sharing. Um, it's the realm where everything is possible for those who commit and will do whatever it takes, no matter what, no matter how long it takes, whatever cost. Just set your intent and emotion, and you keep taking steps in the direction you want to go, and you don't stop until it's time to jump the fence into the other realms. Leave this physical body. Just keep going. The lack of discipline in this, new modern age, and especially, people, the younger ones, there's very little to no discipline in people's lives. It's the generations of wanting handouts. They have this belief system that they deserve to be handed things, I guess. We all deserve to be in a happy, joyous state in this life experience. All of us. Choice is always yours. What other people think of me, it's none of my business. And I would suggest you keep that same theme. Doesn't matter what other people say, it's none of my business. Keep it as a mantra, because this is something that takes people to their grave. Worrying about what other people think. It's tough, in many ways. Yeah. So there's lots of these modern time gurus who are promoting people to go get the shot in the arm. It's interesting. Very interesting. Be wary of the wolf in sheep's clothing. The whole planet has been infiltrated with the tentacles of evil. It's everywhere. There's no part of the planet that is not touched. So we must be careful and aware, and always do the best we can in the situation we're in, no matter what. And if possible, if we're in a area where it's not safe, we need to try and do our best to move away from those areas, right? If we can. And if not, we do the best we can in the situation we're in at all costs. On the righteous path, the path of plasma love always flowing. And we will be tested and tempted a lot in our life journey with many different things. And it's always up to us to make the choice of where we want to go. I'm just wondering if anybody's there. It would be nice to see if somebody can hear. But the Master File system is not something that's for the public. That's certain. Hi, Kate, how you doing? We found that early on, pretty quick, as to keep it out of the public. Look at what's happening in the public. Look what's happening in the public for the last 2 years. Kate, I'm doing well. Thanks for this. You're welcome, Kate. The public is in a disastrous state. So why would we want to be part of a disastrous state? We want to elevate. We want to bring light upon what's happening out there. Because when you start mixing into that, what starts happening? You start getting drawn in subconsciously. Unless you're very, very strong at a very high field strength, that nothing phases you, you're going to be affected. How many people are going to be able to be in that state where nothing, absolutely nothing affects them? Environments dictate outcome. We always, refer to that. Environments, internal and external, dictate outcome. So your internal environment, your external environment, and your external environment creates your internal environment. What we look at, what we listen to, what we see, what we smell, all these things will have an effect on us. And we must raise our field strength and allow the energy to continuously flow so there's no stagnation. As soon as we start getting stagnation in any area, the flow stops and we start getting moving towards imbalance. And then if we go to mainstream doctors and stuff, we're going to get a diagnosis or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 diagnosis or more. And as they say, the more diseases, the better. Designer diseases. I got this, and this. People are arguing who has more diseases. I've seen that. And we tend to hold on and make them our own. And once we do that, we're doomed. Once we take on those diseases, those fictitious pharma cartel diseases that they've made up, we are doomed. Salim, they don't want us healthy. Exactly. What's healthy? It's not something that is part of society anymore. Society is, in general, right through, is not a healthy. It's not in a healthy state. It depends where you go. There's pockets of areas where you can go that you're going to find healthier people, and it's always rare in nature, where it's the least disturbed by modern man. That's where you're going to find more robust health, resilience. So, if it is to be, it's up to me. Remains true. We have to make a choice either way, or we don't. We just could let things happen. Technology will be our downfall, as it was in the past. Many times, I believe there's evidence of this on this planet. Very advanced civilizations disappeared. There's evidence of nuclear uh, destruction from many, many, many thousands of years ago. So this is not a first thing to be discovered by today's modern man. It's nothing new at all. We can't even build pyramids with all the technology we have now. They have no clue on how those were built. Could they be 3D printed? That's a possibility. So precise. To be a healthy spiritual journey, it's a lot of work. A lot of work. And for the most part, we humans are lazy. We want things now. We don't want to work for them. Come on. We want to put some money in the stock market, become rich, and not have to work. Play the lottery so we don't have to work. Go to the doctor so we don't have to work for health. Take a pill so we don't have to work for health. We want everything done yesterday. Backseat driver. You've heard of that terminology? Somebody in the back seat is telling you how to drive when you're just sitting in the driver's seat. Yeah. make the choice. Choose your level of obstructiveness that you're going to live and you're going to love. If you're weighing in too much on the obstructive side, you may want to believe that you're enjoying yourself, but there's going to be repercussions. We reap what we sow. It's going to catch up. It's a matter of time. We're being bombarded, and have been for decades, all kinds of nanotechnologies being sprayed on us, put in our water, from the air, in our food supply. That's why, we say what? The art of subtraction. The art of subtraction. We have to continuously purge out all these things that we're continuously accumulating by living in this realm. It's nonstop. We're always accumulating, including emotions, which is the most powerful of them all. If we're continuously building up all these emotions and we're not purging anything, what do you think is going to happen? Why do you see people all of a sudden they just lose it? People that thought, oh, this guy was a great guy, goes crazy and starts shooting people. It's like a ticking time bomb. They don't know how to release, don't know how to keep things flowing. They're just accumulating obstructions. And then they go off. They snap. That can happen to any one of us in different ways. So we need to be very prudent and wise in choices we make in life. We've all been down these paths, and we come to a state where just become too overwhelmed, get anxious, you snap. Not in that way, just you get angry or whatever, but there has to be a release. There has to be a release when we're accumulating obstructions, whether it's through eating or through all the other means. And emotionally is the most powerful. The most energy comes from the emotion, not from physical foods. When I eat, I have way less energy than when I'm fasting. Food just slows me down. Like tonight we ate a little bit. In the fasting state, you're just going bang, 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 nice steady pace. Beautiful. Eat and just body's going, okay, back into matter. Let me work with this stuff. Give me a sec. Nothing wrong. We're not telling people to stop eating, but less is more. The less is more lifestyle through the art of subtraction. Less is more. It's very, very, very challenging for we to comprehend that. Very challenging. Because everything is completely opposite. You need this, that, and the other thing. Not enough of this, not enough of that, not enough of that. It's always not enough. We need to add. And here we come along in Master Fast Realm, and we're saying, no, we got to go the opposite way. We got to purge continuously for the rest of our lives. And water, we don't even need that. Why do we need to continuously accumulate and stress out our system? So what do we need to do? We find a prudent way to live it and love it and continuously purge. And that's what Master Fast Realm, Master Fast System is all about. To allow us to be in a state of continually purging. So there comes a point in time as we're living and loving this lifestyle where we're going to go, wow, food doesn't give me energy. I have more energy without food. And it's going to take the time it takes. 3, 4, 5, 10 years. We say 9 years is a good start. But it comes to be if you put in the effort and live it and love it as a lifestyle, as a spiritual lifestyle. If you're just going to dabble in as an event, okay, you'll have the experience under your belt, and that'll be great. But we've seen one too many, not happy campers going back to their old lifestyles. Once you've tasted what it's like to be without no thing, and tasted what it feels like to be on fields versus matter, versus just no comparison. Nothing's going to be able to satisfy you, and you're going to be challenged as you continuously eat, and the body's trying to get back into a state to be able to process all this stuff, which takes time. When you've been off physical food for so long, it's going to take time for everything to adjust, to go back to where it was, to be able to process the 3D matter. Because the fields, no problem, man. The body remembers that, because that's where we came from. We came from the fields. We came from the light, and it's no problem for the body to remember that. But when we come into the physical realm, we start eating. That's a whole different learning process. We may or may have not have been here before. We've been here through emotions of our ancestors. So we have a sense of all that because we cannot be separate. So yeah, we've been through the experience through our ancestral lineage. And we have that. But the actual physical experience, where our consciousness manifests in this realm with a physical body, that's what we're doing now. It's a bit different. As we say, once you go through the fasting yourself, you'll see the understanding will start coming through. And then you're going to go, my goodness, I see it. I feel it. I taste it. I could smell it. I wasn't able to sense all that, even though I read it all and watched people talk about it. But now I can have an understanding of it. And you keep going along, and the understanding starts expanding. So I say 9 years is a good start. You haven't been doing this for 9 years, at least. Then once you've hit that point around that area, around 9 years, then come talk to me. If you've been actually living and loving the lifestyle. If you're just dabbling in, that's okay. It's better than no fasting at all. Somebody's doing fasts every few months or something. Okay, that's okay. But you won't be able to be in the state of the art of subtraction. The art of subtraction, you have to have that balance where you're subtracting more than you're accumulating. So you can continuously move down the path of the fields in that state of the art of subtraction through the less is more lifestyle. And what do I mean by that? Well, we put it through a 7-day cycle so that, level 1 to 7, level 1, you're only fasting 1 day a week. Level 7, you're doing 7 days a week. So this, if we put it in blocks of weeks, we look at a week, it's got the middle point, the center point is 3.5 days. So 3.5 days. So just think, if we're eating more days than we're fasting, do you think we'll be able to be in a state of subtraction? Even if you're eating just fruit, still not going to happen. You know, when we get to the fasting state, the master fast is very powerful. If you're doing 3 days a week of your fasting state and 4 days a week of clean minimal eating, you're going to be at a very good state where you can start going down the path of subtraction. If you go to 4 days, you got a much better chance. More days than eating. 5 days, you have a better chance. 6 days, you have a better chance. So less is more. It's very challenging for people to comprehend. You mean I'm only going to eat, 1, 2, 3 days a week for the rest of my life? How much food do you need? How much food do you think you need to continuously satisfy it? It's just an addiction. And you just learn to control it. Eat for fun. Remove the belief system that you need to eat to give sustenance. We need to get in that state of understanding where you really truly understand that it's not the food that gives you energy. Like I said, for me, food, even fruit, not so much fruit, but if I go to greens, much more of a dream. If I go to the vegetable kingdom, the heavier vegetables, outside of leafy greens like broccoli or cauliflower, or like a root vegetable, something like that, then your body's gonna go, whoa, yeah, okay, needs a little bit more energy to process this stuff. But I know, man, I don't want to be doing that too often. And some people say, yeah, okay, let me one more meal, let me numb out myself so I don't feel those emotions. Yeah, let me continue down this eating path for a while. And then they get stuck in that wild rut of eating every day. Well, we've all been there. It's nothing new. But once you learn how the function of your mind works, you can argue with yourself and play with it so that you can overcome all these addictive thoughts that come through us. Going back to 7-day cycle, on a week-to-week basis is very, very important. Some people may want to do it every bi-weekly thing, fast, every second week you have a window, it's okay. And some people may want to do it every month. It's okay. Better than nothing, right? But to be able to be on a continual purge is the key. When we are continuously eating, we're not purging. Purging is only in a fasting state. That fasting state is what allows us to purge on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, beyond. And we can purge and purge and purge, and the body starts saying, thank you for letting me do what I know how to do. Thank you. And starts repairing things and so on and so forth, because it's working through the soul from source. And that's a limitless realm where you don't need matter. You don't need so much fat, amino acids, and vitamins and minerals, and all this nonsense stuff. You know, clean out what they, shot in people's arm. That's another ballgame. And so many are going down the path of all these supplements and so on and so forth. I I've been down those roads. We've been down those roads, and these are things that you can use in cases of emergency to stabilize things and change the state quicker. Yeah, I will give them that, but at a cost. It's always at a cost, and that cost can be hefty. Body, not fan of isolates, but will use them if that's the only thing available. Body loves the things it can recognize in nature. Plants, it can recognize the power of plants. It can recognize the communication with plants. It can recognize. So we got a quiet bunch again. The Master Fast realm is really a place where limitless possibilities of how you can live it and love it. We laid the foundation, made it simple. We have all the tools available, which are very important for anybody starting off, especially. As you go down through the years, you're going to see and listen and learn to listen to your body, because the body will be more open and flowing, so it'll give you the correct information. When we're in a highly obstructed state, it doesn't give you the correct information. Why do I know that? Well, because I've been living and loving it, and I've watched so many people go through their purging and made all kinds of comments which weren't true. Because the reason I know is because I went down those paths, and I can only answer things that I've experienced. If I haven't experienced them, I will make a judgment call on from all the other things that I've done that are close to what someone's experiencing. And I'm usually very close in accuracy of what's going on. It doesn't matter about that. It's just, I'm saying to be able to help people pull through in those situations instead of quitting. So there's not much we haven't seen or heard anymore. Questions, so many questions that we've had in 6 years, 6+ years, a lot of questions. And I haven't met anybody, that is really adapted in the fasting. I'm not bragging at all, but I've been through a lot in fasting, and it's not for everybody. Fasting and lifestyle is not for everybody. So hold on to your hats. The wind is blowing. We suggest to live it and love it, make it a lifestyle. Choose one of the levels. Most people can start on level 2 to 3 and just stay on that for a while, dabble up, see what it's like to go level 5, 6, maybe 7 for a week, go back down. And I wouldn't suggest people do any long fasts until they're emotionally stable with fasting. Once the emotion has been through many cycles, many cycles of fasting and breaking the fast over and over and over again, then you can expand and go for much longer experiences of level 7. So you can have a sense of what is to come. You know, level 5 and 6 is very powerful as well. You're only eating 1 or 2 days a week. Just think about if you're doing level 5, 2 days a week, you're eating. So you're only eating 2 times 52 weeks in a year is what, 104? You're only eating 104 days out of 365. Just think about that. It's a lot of fasting. 104 take away 365 is what? 61, 261. 261 days fasting a year, if my math is correct. Wow, it's a lot of fasting. If you're on level 7, even more, you know, level 3, you can work it out. Level 4, 3, 2. You know, even like 2 days a week fasting, 2 times, it's 104, right? 2 times 52. So you're 104 days of fasting a year. That's a lot of fasting, right? A lot of fasting. You know, we're encompassing the whole master fast system, right? You got your dry windows, your wet windows. But we call that as the fasting state, even though we know the true fasting state is what? Dry fasting. The only real fast is a dry fast. But the master fast system is a glorified dry fast because we prudently support the dry fast like no other. And that's why it's so effective. It's all about supporting the dry fasting cycles. You know, your daily window, your weekly window, your monthly window, your season change window. We're constantly doing things to support those times. And that's how we expand and experience and find a whole new realm that we didn't know existed. It's by continuously supporting those dry fasting cycles. And how are we supporting those dry fasting cycles? Master fast system, right? We're doing the juice, we're doing the pudding, we're doing the tinctures, we're doing the tea, we're doing the enemas and or colonics, we're doing the movement, we're doing the breath work, we're massaging with the burnt stick, we're dry brushing, on and on and on and on, all the tools. We're loving ourselves. We're living and loving it. Everything we're doing it because we love ourselves, first and foremost. First and foremost, we love our creator. Secondly, we love ourselves, you know, and wholeheartedly. Once we love our creator, we love ourselves, then we have all the time and energy and flow of Plaf to share our love and give. And we can continuously give because as we give, we receive. It has to be a two-way street. There's no one-way street in the universes. None of the universes have one-way streets. It's all a flow, cycles. You give and you receive, you give and you receive, you give and you receive. We're not giving to receive. This is the laws of the universe. We can't escape it. This is the way the creator made it. And that's how things continuously go on, and continuously, creation continuously happens because it's designed for abundance. Emilia, hello. The universe is designed for abundance. The abundance is all around us in every which way, in all directions, inwards and outwards. Inwards, you have more. Outwards, I'm talking about universe outwards. If we spiral outwards, we accumulate. If we go inwards, we purge and subtract, and we have access to all. So relationships is something we all need to work on. This is the number one biggie. Why are people sick? Well, let's ask what's going on in the relationships. That's the number one question, right, Jack? What's going on in our relationships? And then we will find the root, the seed causes of all our physicality challenges, which go into the seed causes of the physicality. Why are we going to eat things that don't serve us? Something's going on, right? We've all been through this. We continuously have to ask ourselves, in the relationships we're with, if are we doing the best we can to support the other people in service? We all have a bit of stubbornness to some degree, whatever. But at the end of the day, what's the emotion, the heart of your heart, the intent and emotion of your heart is what's going to come out. And when we work on that and we recognize it, we can allow ourselves to be in a much better place. And then the diet thing is the eating, the fasting is a cinch. When we have those challenges in the emotions side of relationships, it's going to be hard to challenging to make anything kosher. You're going to have challenges. We're going to have challenges. So let's work on the relationships. A lot of people have the answer of, well, let's split up. Yeah, we can do that. But once we split up, how are we splitting up? Are we going to be carrying those emotions with us? We can't just say, screw you, whatever, because we're going to be carrying that for the rest of our time until eternity. We need to take care of those emotions. And, we got to leave on good terms, actively. If we don't leave on good terms, we're going to carry all that stuff. Forgiveness. Today is Good Friday. It's a holiday in, I guess, most Western cultures. The Western warmongers. Where did all the wars come from? The West. We're coming up to 10 o'clock. If anybody has any questions, suggestions, inspirations to help others, want to share their stories, we're always here. You know, we love to have people. We don't have a lot of time to contact, connect with people to do all this stuff. But if you contact us, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. Because we're going here 24/7. And we do the best we can, because if it helps that one man, woman, or child, it's worth it. It's worth it. We're here in servitude, and we do the best we can in the situations we're in. We're not perfect. We don't have all the answers, but my Lord, how much people the MFS has helped and continuously helps. You know, we get wonderful messages all the time from people. We thank you for all these wonderful messages and gifts. Jack, emotions, yes, seed of all issues, good and bad. Absolutely. We can put in the intent for all the good stuff and look out. Then you see the power. You want to see power? Power of the emotions of a woman, a mother. Talk about power with the child who's distressed. Watch what the mother does, and watch the emotions involved, and watch the power. That's what we're talking about. Everything's possible. You heard of, you know, women, mothers picking up cars off a child that got run over. That's the power of emotion. Physicality doesn't matter when you get into that state. Everything's possible. So imagine if we put a little bit of that into our daily lives, and you know, in a spiritual fasting sense of the way. My goodness. And we've seen that, we've tasted that. Everything's possible. Throw out those diagnoses from Pharma Cartel, just throw them away. Don't take them on. I would suggest to let go of those diagnoses and move in the realm of limitless possibilities. Their realm is fiction. It's created by the mighty dollar, and it's going to limit you big time. Jack, yes, also vice versa. When a mother is ill, what a devoted child can do. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's that plasma love always flowing there. The love for the mother, the love for the parents, the love for the father, you know, the love for the child. What's more powerful, the love of the motherly love, fatherly love, or the child's love for the parents? What do you think has the most power? I can't answer that, but I can sure say that the mother has a unique sense above and beyond the rest, because it carries on and produces the creation. Is it more powerful? I would sway to that, but I don't have the answer. You know, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Mothers. We wouldn't be here without mothers. None of us would be here. So, you know, today was the day that represents, whether it is or isn't, doesn't matter, that they, put Christ on the cross. And you know, just think about that, how that went out to be, how that happened. So for all the Christians, this weekend's a very important time. Easter's around the corner on Sunday. We wish all the Christians and anybody else who celebrates Happy Easter, Happy Good Friday. And we will call it a night. And we'll see you back on the page. We'll see you Wednesday if everything goes good. And keep living it, keep loving it, keep sending out the plasma, keep making those plasma love always flowing deposits in the mass fast realm, in the ether, just making those deposits every day, 432, and just keep all that flowing, going. Don't let any stagnation stay in your life. If there's anything stagnant, move it, change it, keep things going. And you'll see, we will all see a much better place to live. We don't want to see stagnation. That's where we're going to find challenges and problems. So thank you all. Keep that plasma love always flowing. Ciao for now.